All right, I just need a minute to just to post that I probably should have posted before I started this live stream, but woe is me. And I want to give you a video that I just watched in full last night to give you an idea of known as bebotsonly as of yet. So I'm just filling in time here. And talking about filling in time, this fellow, it's always nice to see you too, Scott. I'm looking forward to the day that we actually meet, where we can have an actual real conversation where it's not actually recorded and public in a public venue. So, Scott, what I discovered is the link. What I did was last night, Daisy and I watched a video of this man called Bebots or Bebots. I would pronounce it Bebots, but Daisy and I watched the video where the girls that he's in his late 30s, but the girls in the videos that he is interviewing and giving chocolate to are, according to Daisy, at best 15 or 16 years old, and in another video, definitely under 12. So I'm probably going to let this go after today, but I just wanted to talk about some of the other. Yes, Michael Skinner. In that video, if I forgot what timestamp it was, but it was about 2/3 of the video. There was a girl named May and her friend. Daisy said 15 at on the high end of age guessing 15, and they were in their first year of high school. Yeah, Scott, that's why I would never do 2 videos in a row about the same thing. This has there's a special place in my heart for people like this. That's one of the conversations that we would have to have in person. But so he is actually physically standing there with another adult woman who is not a family member or guardian, asking a 14 or 15-year-old girl and possibly 13-year-old girl for their phone number in case he wants to keep in touch with them so that people could buy them. First word I learned before I moved to the Philippines, pasalubong means free stuff. Now, and typically it means something of a nature of chocolate. That's what Filipinos prize as their number one choice of pasalubong is American chocolate. So he is actually standing there with some high-grade chocolates, and he gives, in that video link, he gives these underage girls one package of chocolate. Now, I don't know what they cost. I wouldn't buy them because they're the most expensive chocolate on the shelf, but they're probably under 100 pesos for a box about this long. And he's telling them, in case someone wants to give them more pasalubong, these are children. These are 15, 14-year-old children. That can he have their telephone number? Okay, now, okay. Cantaoi. Okay, I will get to that question in a minute. These are, thank you for the question. These are children. You have to understand, this man is 38 years old. He is so smooth doing this. And this is not his channel. Yes, that's what they call it. You would understand the words better than me. This is not the only video. There are, I don't know how many pages of videos. I went down through 5 pages, and there's 18 or 20 videos on each page. So there's 100 videos that people have downloaded and re-uploaded, not to make the man famous and not to make the man world renowned, in a positive sense, but each one of the videos has comment section, and they are all of a negative nature, calling the man, what Scott said, grooming children, or a pedo nature. So there have been literally thousands of people that have seen this man do this. How he got away with it for so long, I don't know. So now, to answer that, I don't know who Peter Skull is, but I do have an article. If you just hold on for a minute, I have an article. Wow, I had it. Okay. There was a fella arrested in Cebu for a crime of this nature. Okay, I'll give you the list of the videos. Okay. There was a man arrested in Cebu for a crime of this nature. Okay, not this nature. He was arrested in Cebu in 2011, a German national, and he got life in prison for taking pictures of a 14-year-old girl naked and selling them online. So this man, Bebots, if you could call him that, and I use that word loosely, will probably never get out of jail. So that's why I put perpetual free room and board. Now, to answer your question as to where the videos are, all right, I'll just take the man's channel name, Bebots, BEBOTS only, all one word. Okay, I'll type it out for you. And I'm gonna, it's small letters, BEBOTSONLY. Just take this word, put it into a YouTube search block at the top of but none of them of a positive nature. So it's not a question that there's a list of videos. It's a question that everybody phenomena was still existing. I'm not subscribed to his channel, and I've not watched any of his videos probably since 2000. I might have watched one in 2014, and the man made me sick then. And I want to talk about other people who have made videos about this and why it took so long. We're talking, he's been under surveillance, or the NBI has been aware of this fellow since he started. I mean, it's not in 2011, but other people have actually done live streams and had him on the live stream where he tried to justify this kind of behavior. And as much as he tried to justify it, he couldn't. I mean, he definitely tried, but it just wasn't something that was, if you had halfway intelligence, you wouldn't accept it as a solution to the corner that he put himself in. Okay, so now, Strong heard pedophiles are not allowed here in the Philippines. Only Bebots as GROs. Now, I don't actually know what the word GRO means. Government, is that, if you could write that out in full, I would appreciate it, because I know that you leave intelligent comments, and I don't know what a GRO is. I'm not familiar with the Philippines law. What I posted up on the top in regards to what is allowed and what is not allowed, it says, what I discovered is that foreigners are not allowed to be alone with an underage child in the Philippines unless they are with a parent or guardian. Now, many times I make videos of children on the beach, but I just am walking by and I say good morning or good evening, and there's 4 or 5 children, and then Daisy and I are walking down the beach, or there's many adults around, and most of the time the parents are on the beach watching the children swim. That's allowed. But to be alone in a room with a Filipino child, I just discovered this last night, is not allowed. So I'm going to go back to the comments. Peter Scully was an Australian who did child porn and murdered kids in the Philippines. Well, that I never, see, I don't follow this kind of genre. This is, and I laugh because how he even got away. How do these people get away with this stuff? I laugh because it's so sick. And the solution to this is so simple. I don't see how they get away with it. I don't understand it. I'm at a loss for words. I only researched this I did a video live stream yesterday without any understanding of what was actually going on. And I only watched 4 videos, partially the 4th one, entirely the 3rd one, and then a 1.5 hour live stream where people were interviewing this guy, Mark Christian Catley, age 45. I remember his name today. Mark Christian Catley, age 45. And there was one fellow who was a pretty sarcastic type of guy, but he's not stupid, but he's just really sarcastic. And he was asking this man, this Bebots fellow, questions like he was being cross-examined in a courtroom. I'm going, I never really cared for the man's, I don't know, YouTube persona. He's very sarcastic, much more sarcastic than I would be. And that's pretty sarcastic. But sometimes he's fun. But last night I was watching, and I'm saying to Daisy, man, this guy is really smart, man. I had no idea how smart this guy is. But then at the end, he said that Bebots asked him why he was asking so many questions of a personal nature. And the fellow that I'm talking about, who we agreed that we wouldn't mention each other's name on YouTube, he said, because we have all your information because we reported you, or you have been reported. You have been reported to the NBI and the Philippines police and whatever other agency. So then I said, wow, that's how he got all those in. There was no way a regular human being could ask the man continuous questions every 10 or 12 seconds and then interrupt the man before he was finished with the sentence to confuse him. This was his method of interrogation. I'm going, this sounds like a professional detective interviewing somebody to confuse them. And then at the end, he said, and he must have been being coaxed by the police. Even possibly the police were in the room telling him, pointing what that would be my understanding, because there's no way he could even read from a script of that nature. Okay, interrupt him now before he's finished. And he did confuse the man. And the man, Bebots, was pretty smart, but he put himself in the corner in that video, and there was no way he incriminated himself, according to my understanding of the law. He incriminated himself so many times in a 1.5 hour interview. Excuse me. I don't know why the police didn't just go find him right then and there, but they didn't. Okay, so, all right, so I'm going to go back to, yeah, Martin. Okay, Martin says that Peter Scully, it was a huge story on the internet. Martin, I have to tell you, this is not something I look at videos on construction technique. I watch other people, Philippines bloggers, pretend to do construction while mixing cement and putting cement and cement blocks with their hand. And I watch people build houses in rice paddies. When it rains, there's 28 inches of water. But I would not, if you dumped my computer, I don't think you'd see me watching any of that type of video. So I'll take your word for it. Okay, Strongherd says, guest relation officer. You can ask your Filipino neighbors. It's kind of a partial sentence, Strongherd. Are you saying that you could have a guest relation officer stand by next to you or come to your home or place of business and confer with you? Is that what you are saying? Because I would believe that. I have never once ever asked a Filipino police officer for assistance where I didn't actually end up getting much more information. They are some of the most generous people with information. I mean, they will not let you go until you understand what you have, what the question that you asked was answered. And I went to the mayor's office and I spoke with some police there about what did I speak with them about? Actually, I went to the mayor's office to find out last year about buying Daisy May a particular type of tool, okay? And they were bent over backwards to help me, told me where to go, told me the names of the people to go see, and how to achieve my goal. So they were not at all stingy with the information. Good morning, Barry Bonoya. Did you enjoy? Barry Bonoya is a trucker for Walmart, and he just did a trip across the Arizona, part of the Arizona desert. And yesterday he was on the road, and he has a son. I think your son's name was Danny. Am I correct about that? That he turned on to my videos, but Danny didn't come on the computer yesterday and post anything, Gary. So Gary is also a Patreon member and a real man. Like, you know, you can talk. He's a trucker, but you can talk to him one-on-one in a man-like venue. So, good morning, Gary. Good evening, Gary. Escaping to the Philippines. I'm doing well, thank you. Okay, Scott says, here is a link. Well, I don't see the link yet, Scott. Okay. Escaping to the Philippines. Okay. I keep telling people, if you want information as to where the hotel is going, what's going to be done, you have to become a member of my Patreon account. I'm not going to discuss that with people in a public venue. If you are serious about knowing about why and how much work is done or how much work has not been done and as to why, you're welcome to become a member of my Patreon account. I don't follow a schedule, and I don't answer questions of a personal nature. Yeah, I know you have your own channel. So how does that justify you wanting me to discuss when the hotel is going to be done? Who knows what your channel consists of anyway? I might watch 3 other people's channels. So if you wanted to, it's not like I'm saying that you don't have a channel. I'm just saying if you want to talk to me about personal stuff and what has been accomplished and what hasn't been accomplished. Okay, you're promoting my business. All right, well, okay, so if I went to your channel right now and you're promoting my channel, you're promoting my business, you're getting, now you're just on here blogging for your channel. Okay, I don't really know who you are. I know your name. So now you're taking me away from my subject matter. So if you want to know about my hotel and you want to talk to me in person, for you to tell me that you're promoting my channel means nothing to me, dude. I should have 1 million views a week. YouTube is shadow banning me more than any other person on YouTube, percentage-wise. So thank you for promoting my channel. Yeah, okay. I know you're just asking me. What you're doing is you took me off the topic. Now, please stop commenting. Thank you. Okay, so, all right. So, Scott, I don't actually see a link. You just wasted 5 minutes of my time asking me about my hotel. And if you followed my videos, you would know I don't answer questions about the hotel. Everything I do here is just of a different nature on the live streams. Okay, so I don't see a link. So does anybody have any more information? So I did watch 4 of this man's videos, Bebot's videos, and he has children. Daisy confirmed it. Daisy confirmed. Okay, Scott. Daisy confirmed that the children in his videos that he's asking their phone numbers for, and I don't know which video it was because I didn't actually copy the link because I don't want to be associated. Now I know the police are watching. I would say they're collecting every piece of metadata as to who watches his videos. This is a worldwide phenomenon, this pedophilia thing. I would say that if I copied the link to a video with him and an 11-year-old child, I would think that I would go somewhere on the list, which wouldn't make a difference. They'd never find anything but that video link copied. It wouldn't be like I copied the video, but all right. Let's see. Okay, so that if you are in a situation where you take a foreigner, takes pictures of an underage girl, naked photos, and you sell them or promote them on the on the internet, it's life in prison with no parole. So this fellow Bebots, according to the 3 entire videos I watched and the 4th partial video, there's no way he could get out of jail. I don't see a room and board. So if anybody has anything else, excuse me. I just had one of those anise things. They stuck in my throat. Okay, so if anybody has anything else they'd like to talk about, that would be okay, besides the hotel. Whatever information about me and Daisy building the hotel, and there's not going to be another video about it on YouTube. It's all going on Patreon. Considering that this man, whoever he is, tells me he's not promoting my channel. First he says he's promoting my channel. Yeah. Yeah, you just wasted my time, dude. Again, the videos of my foot, anything of a private nature, are only on Patreon. I'm not gonna. Okay. The videos of my foot and the medical treatments and the costs of the medical treatment are on Patreon. Now that I'll give you the information as to why I put them on Patreon. The reason I can only put them on Patreon was because they are of a graphic nature, and YouTube's artificial intelligence flagged the video for graphic content. They had a word for it. There's a lot of stuff I don't pay much attention to. In other words, they weren't going to let me post that on YouTube. So it's only on. Okay. Okay, you're gone now. You're absolutely, no one's paying any attention to you escaping to the Philippines. Look at all the comments you made and not one person. All right, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to your channel right now, and then I'm going to block you after I see. Okay, so it's perfect. Just perfect that I'm blocking it. Okay, so that's good. I'm glad that I could make you happy today. because that's what I do best. You have been a complete and total utter waste of time, and then we're gonna discuss your channel in a minute, so that you're gonna get your 15 minutes of fame here. I have no idea who you are. There are so many people escaping to the Philippines, living in the Philippines, moving to the Philippines. Why don't you come up with something, something creative? You know, it's a Brit in the Philippines, a Brits in the Philippines. You got people with. Now I'm going to go to your channel right now. Let's see where you are. Escaping to the Philippines. You want to be famous? I'll make you famous. You have 1,000 subscribers. You're a piece of garbage. You're a piece of garbage. You're garbage with arms and legs, dude. Okay. That's. I read your mission statement here. Your history. You're a piece of garbage. Now you happy? I made you famous. There you go. Okay, so that's look, he's still commenting. I'm doing escaping to the Philippines. Thank you for allowing me to do some work today. I did some trabajo. That's my job. Eliminating people that have truly nothing to say on YouTube. It is my job, and I just exercise my privilege as the foreman of the job. Okay, bad feet in the Philippines. Okay, so Danny Gordon. All right, Danny Gordon likes that guy. All right, so Danny has a sense of humor. Actually, now that I just looked at the guy's picture. Not the kind of guy I would want to be. Not the kind of guy that I would meet. Okay. Yeah. Well. All right. Yeah, I actually remember him. He does nothing. I've watched a couple of his videos. He's a young man, a big, good-looking young man that he's into dating a bunch of Filipino girls, and he's having fun in the Philippines. It's just not what I would call interesting. So, yeah, Gary. I mean, he will say something like, okay, we could talk about this for a minute, because the guy, when I said that it's not the kind of channel I would watch, there's a reason for that. Okay, I have a personality where if I meet a girl, and I don't care if the girl is a street girl, a bar girl when I was younger, a good girl, I treat them all the same way. I treat them with some semblance of respect, unless they're just the kind of girl that just needs to be abused, and then I don't have anything to do with it, because I don't like that. I'd rather talk nice to a girl that I meet in a bar that I know is not a high-end quality type marriage material woman, but I'm not going to stand there and tell them to take their pants down on a YouTube video, or talk about what we just did. Well, just, you know, I might say something like in the corner, which means like a personal joke between us. But now we're off topic altogether because of that guy. He's not the kind of guy I would watch. Danny likes him, and I like Danny. So Danny likes a sense of humor. God, I mean, I'm not saying the guy's a bad guy. He's a funny guy, but not the kind of guy I'd want to be associated with. Okay, so all All right, then there's another topic I wanted to talk about, and no one wants to talk about this guy anymore, so I'll go on to the next topic. And I have another topic that's of much love to me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, where is that? I don't remember where I put it. Hold on. All right. So now this topic is very dear to my heart. Now, I mentioned it yesterday, and I'm going to mention it again. Okay. Okay. There are a lot of foreigners. Hello, KDB. There are a lot of foreigners that come to the Philippines to experience ladyboys. Okay. And I'm going to pass on the ladyboy experience. Okay, although, and I mentioned this in a longer live stream with people, I don't think people got to see it. It was like at the 3-hour mark. I was friends with I was friends with 2 men, and then there were an additional 3 men that came to the party that were friends of the men I was friends with. So let's just say there were 6 of us. And I actually was sitting down with a man. Yeah, Terry. I could say I watched one of his videos. He was in the water with a girl, and that was all I really needed to watch. That was it. So I'm at the party. Let's just say there's 5 men and myself, 6 men. Do you know that the average foreigner that comes to the Philippines believes that it's okay to have sex with a ladyboy so you can experience it? They might not promote that type of mental attitude, but the average foreigner that I met, that I associated with, that I personally sat down and partied with for about 6 months, because that's how long my relationship lasted with these men, they actually believe, uh-oh, yeah, I miss the New York food. I miss the street life in New York from when I was a child, not when I went back there last time. So digressing back to the average foreigner in the Philippines believes it's perfectly okay for you to go out and experience a ladyboy, and they don't have a problem with this. Okay. Now me, I have no problem with it, but I don't want to associate myself with you in any way because that's what you enjoy. Now, I'm going to give you an example. There was a guy named Michael that lived next door to me. Okay. And Michael was a big, way overweight guy. I was fat. I was 268 pounds. He was 350 pounds. He couldn't even walk from here to the jeepney when his motorcycle was down or in the shop. He would have to get a motorcycle, somebody to pick him up here to go 1,500 feet. I went to Alona Beach at night. Now, I don't go to Alona Beach. I live near Alona Beach, but it's not someplace, because there's too much. First of all, there's too many bars, and there's too many people selling stuff that I don't want. And there's too much low-end nightlife in Alona Beach. But I didn't know why he went there. So one day I'm in, and Michael didn't talk much. He would say hello. And I nailed Michael as a straight up and down liar, because I said to him after like 5, 6, 7 months of knowing him, I said, why don't you meet me at the mall tomorrow? We'll go out for the buffet, because he's fat and I'm fat, and fat guys love buffets, and they had a good buffet for 100, 200, 300, and the mall buffet was 325 pesos at the time. So he goes, yeah, okay. So I said, I'll knock on your door in the morning before I leave at the borough. And this is going towards Ladyboy, a discussion about the average foreigner in the Philippines. and their propensity to go with a ladyboy. So I knock on Michael's door about 8:15, 8:30 in the morning. I knock on his door, and he doesn't answer the door. So now I call him on his phone, and he doesn't answer the phone. So I said, he must be in the shower. So I walked up, it's like 1,500 feet to the jeepney. I walked up to the jeepney, and I went to town. I went to the ICM mall. So I get to the, I was fat, he was fat, but usually fat people are lazy. I gotta say it, I'm gonna generalize, but lazy, lethargic, and usually they're liars because they can't accomplish anything in their life. Now, I was fat because I just like to eat, and I have the gene do I gain weight. So I could eat 5 pounds of cheese and gain 7 pounds. Seems unnatural, but that's what happens. Okay, so he doesn't answer the phone, and I have the buffet. And then I sit there for a couple hours. I do